So check this out. Today I wanted to show you guys a free and open source accounting software that you use on your Linux operating system. Let's get to it. What's up guys, it's Josh back with another video, and like I stated in the intro, I wanted to show you guys a free and open source accounting software called GnuCash. And this application has been around for a very long time. I've actually used it, years ago, just playing around with it. It has gotten a whole lot more advanced since the last time I used it, so please don't beat me up while I'm looking at this application or showing you guys this application once we get it installed, by me not knowing specific terms and all that stuff, especially dealing with accounting. I'm not an accountant, so don't beat me up too bad. But before we get started, I wanted to see if you guys can like the video, because it seems like my like to view ratio is like way off, and a number of people watch the content and I'm unsure if they actually like the content or not. So if you guys can give me some feedback by at least liking the video or a thumbs down in the video, if that's how you feel about it, that would really help me understand if I'm putting out good content that you guys appreciate. But let's go down and hop over to GnuCash's website so I can show you guys all about this application. Before we move forward, I wanted to give a quick shout out to CIQ, the official partner of Rocky Linux. Rocky Linux is a Linux distribution that is intended to be a downstream complete binary compatible release using the Red Hat Enterprise Linux operating system source code. The project is led by Gregory Kurtzer, who was the founder of the CentOS project. So check out Rocky Linux at ciq.co. Alright, so I'm at gnucash.org, and of course I always have the link down in the description of the video, but this is GnuCash. Like I said, it's been around for a while. Right now the current stable version I believe is 4.8 or 4.8 something, and I'll show you guys that in a second when we go through it. But GnuCash is available on all three major platforms, so Linux, Microsoft Windows, as well as Apple OS X. And certain versions may not be available for other desktop environments or operating systems, so you'll kind of have to go with what's available for your operating system. But it is available on Linux. I believe they developed it for Linux, what I'm saying? So it's free, open source, anybody can download it. You can put it on whatever operating system you have. But it says GnuCash is personal and small business finance accounting software. It's freely licensed under the GNU GPL and available for GNU Linux, BSD, Solaris, Mac OS X, and Microsoft Windows. It's designed to be easy to use yet powerful and flexible, and I can attest to that. Like, I recently installed it and I've been having a hell of a time trying to fully understand it. It's almost like you have to have an accountant background to capture everything or to fully understand it, what I'm saying? And that's why I made that disclaimer in the beginning, kind of don't beat me up, because a lot of these terms I've forgotten, because I worked as a financial systems analyst, so to speak, back in the day, where I managed a database with a lot of financial data on it. But I leaned a lot on the finance people or the accounting people in the organization to make sure I was doing everything correctly in order for them to manage their budget and understanding their EBITDA and all those accounting terms, understanding that the data was calculating properly for all their reports and everything that's generated from the database I was managing. But if we read a little more, it says, designed to be easy to use yet powerful and flexible, GnuCash allows you to track bank accounts, stocks, incomes, and expenses as quick and intuitive to use as a checkbook register. It is based on professional accounting principles to ensure balanced books and accurate reports. And yeah, and it's crazy all the reports that they have into it, and we'll get into it a little bit more once we get this thing installed. But yeah, that's pretty much GNU, Cash. I think the latest version is 4 something. Let's go to the news right fast. I know they're released 4.9, but it's considered a testing. It's not stable, it's unstable. It's an unstable release at the moment. I believe they're working towards releasing 5, which will come in the next couple months, I believe. But yeah, this is 4.9. It's unstable. So currently, like when you install it on most like Linux distros, it'll probably come with 4.8, and I'm not sure if there's another number behind it. I believe it's 4.8 something or 1.8. I don't remember. I believe it's 4.8 though. You know what I'm saying? At least on Linux, and we'll check that out when we get on the Linux installation. Once we get to that step in the virtual machine. But here are a couple of screenshots. If we go over here, you check this out, man. If like I said, if you understand this, you understand it. But yeah, it's real in depth. And I won't have this, amount of information on there because, I won't have any of this data on there. I'm gonna try to put some test data in there. We'll see. But yeah, it's got multiple currencies, small business accounting features. You can even put employees in there, payroll, budgeting, online stock and mutual fund quotes, experimental database support. So it's super cool, man. You can store data in a SQL database using SQLite or MySQL or Postgres SQL. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope application. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want you guys to check it out. But the installation is super simple. Here's the wiki that'll take you through the installation process. Sorry for going back on it, but yeah, this will take you through the installation process. It's not difficult. You can just use your package manager on your Linux operating system and just follow that. That will install the latest and greatest version, stable version that's available to your distribution. Now they also have help too, so if you're trying to learn all this, it's all on the wiki. But they do have help, mailing lists, IRC chats, external pages, stock exchange, Bugzilla, different ways of tracking issues with it as well. And then also you can donate to the project as well. They have a tip jar, and that's dope for them to have that out there because, like I said, they produce this software free of charge, put it out there, for people to use, and people are actually using this to, manage their small business based on, the information I gathered about it. Now programs. So if you go into program, this is where you can download it for those other versions. So you got your installers, your Windows installer, and I've installed it on Windows, so it does work. And then the Apple Mac OS, and I'm not a Mac fan. I don't have a Mac to try that on, so hey, if it works, it works over there. You know what I'm saying? You will have to try it out for yourself. And then also, it's under the software, centers on a lot of these distros, but you can install it from the command line as well. Like here, you want to. This is where we're going to install it from the application menu. And then Solus as well. And then they also have a flat pack or flat hub, flat pack package that you can install as well. Now, if you want to go in here to the documentation, there's a little bit more down up in here. They have some full manuals, all that good stuff under the documentation. The help manual, the tutorial and concepts guide in English as well as in other languages. And then also frequently asked questions. If you want to go in here and ask those look at those questions and check out the answers for it. I see I'm having trouble with GnuCash. Where can I ask for help? So it answers all those basic questions that you may need to understand. Now you got the wiki, you got the mailing list, bug report, IRC chat links right there as well. Development, so if you want to help with this, they have the source documents, current bug fix branch, future feature branch, so you can check that out. Browse the source code if you want to, get access, language translation, written documentation, so you can go there as well. They got a definitions guide. They got a complete guide, the GNOME human interface guidelines. It's just a whole bunch of documentation for here. Here's the GNOME style, or the GNOME documentation style guide. So yeah, you can get it, and you can clone it down. You can get all the documentation from there. So let's go down and hop over to my virtual machine so we can get it installed. Alright, cool. So I'm logged into my virtual machine, and like I said, it's under the software center. So if you go to the software center, hit the search, type in GnuCash, and like I said, this application has been around for a very long time. There we go. So GnuCash, manage your finances, accounts, and investments. Now, I always like to install things from the terminal, so I'm gonna go on and install it from the terminal, because probably if we go in here, it'll probably default to a snap pack. Most of the time it does, but hey, no, this is that's a regular dev package, so we get to go there. We can install it there, but I'm gonna install it from the terminal. So all you have to do is type sudo apt install, and then the application name is GnuCash. And what you want to do is obviously run updates before you do this, and I ran updates before we actually logged in here. So you want to make sure you update your system, make sure you don't have any updates. Also refresh those repositories, that way you get the latest and greatest package. But you're good to go. I know I did it, so don't worry about it. I'm just gonna ignore it this time. Now it has a whole bunch of dependencies, so just go down, hit yes. It's about 300 and something megabytes, with including all the dependencies, you know what I'm saying? So it'll go through, download everything, install it on your system. I'll be back when it finishes. Alright, cool. So we are complete with the installation. I'm gonna just go down and exit out the terminal because we don't need it anymore, and we get back out of this, close it right fast. And then let's go down and open up GnuCash, and it should be under your start menu. Let's see, GnuCash, yeah, it's the latest one. So boom, there we go. So it looks like when I was playing around with it on here, it saved some of the information I put on there, which is fine. Like I said, I don't really, I'm not really an accountant, so I don't know, but this is the first thing that'll pop up. It'll pop up with GnuCash tips of the day. You could turn this off if you want to. It'll show you different tips, on things that you could do with GnuCash. You know what I'm saying? That's mainly to help you guys with understanding the software. So it's good that they put that there. But as you can see, I already added an account. It's kind of weird. I really didn't know what I was doing. Opening balance, so $2,000. But let's go down and close it. But essentially, all I did was hit file. New, and you can add you an account. So you can create a account name. Like I said, I did the exact same thing over here with this one. You add an account name, account code if you want to, description, the dollar amount or the currency that you're using. So just hit select here. That'll take you, and you select whatever currency you want to use for that account. Smallest fraction, so use commodity value, or you can go even further down. So that's cool. Now select the color. You can select the default color for that account. Let's say you have other accounts associated with it, you want to keep them color coded. You can add notes. They do have hidden placeholders, auto interest transfers, which I don't really understand how and when you would use that, but whatever. And then account type, bank, cash, assets. And then also under parent account, you can make it a new top level account, or you can add it under account that's already created. So, and then there's another one right there. So you can create a top level account, and then right here, opening balance. This is where you add your balances at. and then use equity, select transfer accounts, all that information. Like I said, I don't really understand when and where to use that, but I'm not going to use that. Oh, and it looks like the documentation is not installed, so I would go back and install the GnuCash docs as well. So let's actually go do that now. So we can press up GnuCash, and then I think it's -docs. So yeah, let's install that as well. It shouldn't take too long to install that. Yeah, it's just documentation. So boom, we're good to go. It says GNU Docs is already the newest version, so I wonder why that's not working. So that may be a little bug or something I found. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and close that because I'm not going to create another account. But yeah, you can delete the accounts, you can delete those balances out of there, you can edit them. Net will open up that same thing, you can modify it. This is the same information I put in there right there for this account, and you can modify it. Now open, I'm assuming that's if you have files stored. And let's see, you can open up a balance, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna close that because I don't want to mess that up. Oh, that's actually opening up that account for you. Okay, so just like if you double clicked on it, that opens it up. So okay, so that opens up that account. That's cool. Now let's see, let's just go into file. I'm not gonna, like I said, go through a lot of this, you know what I'm saying, because I don't really know it all. But you got new files, open, import, properties. Let's see what's in the properties. So okay, so they have some properties or things you could change about the book, that you have open. Use trading accounts, split action fields for numbers, budgeting, business, put your business information in there, counter, taxes or tax number, all your personal information under there under properties. And then of course you quit, close. Let's see, edit. You can edit accounts. Essentially all this right here: edit, delete, find account, open sub account, find preferences. So let's go into preferences. Now this is some of that accounting stuff I really don't know, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. But you can set up accounting periods, as well as set up the dates that you want. So start of the year, end of the year, include grand totals, include non-currency totals. You got your accounts, business, general. So it's basically all your preferences for all that stuff. So I'm not gonna go through it too deep. Tax report options, style sheeting, style sheets, yeah, and that's the preferences. So, and then view, this is just changing up the view. I'm not gonna go through that because that's not too difficult to understand. But actions, so you got your online actions, scheduled transactions like mortgage and loan repayments, budgeting. You can set up a budget, new accounts, new account hierarchy, transfers, reconcile, auto clear, stock splits, view lots, check and repair. So this is one thing that's important right here. You can check and repair your accounts, check and repair your sub accounts, or check and repair all. This is something that may benefit you if, let's say, your system crashed, you know what I'm saying, and you had this open, or you had one of them open. You could check and repair, to verify, because once you start putting a lot of information in here, you know what I'm saying, you really don't want that information destroyed because the system crashed or something to that effect. Now here's your business options, which I thought was super cool. You can set up your customers, you can create all your customers, create invoices, find invoices if you need to search, new job, process payments, invoice due reminder. Now vendors, this is dope right here too. So you got your vendors, boom, all that same information there. And then your employees, so you can set up your overall employees and put that information in there as well. And then we can go back to, let's see, business link documents. So you got sales tax table, billing terms editor. I'm not going to go in there and mess with that either. Now this is one of the cool parts, the reporting part. So you got your assets and liabilities, balance sheets, balance forecasting, general journaling. And if you worked as an accountant, I'm saying, I'm sure these what all this means. You know what I'm saying? So you probably understand this way better than me, but you got your budgeting, your business information there, and really all these are reports. You know what I'm saying? Now let me just click under here under example. Let's see, sample graph. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, cool. So there's a sample graph. That's what you can look for once you start adding your stuff in there. Let's see, there was something else under here that I wanted to show you guys under here. So average balance, let's see, sample graph. Welcome to GnuCash. Sample reports with examples. Okay, all right, so yeah, there we go. Just some information, and it's all based on me only having a few things in there. So number of options 1500 limit items. So this is just a a sample graph right there as well. Not graph, but report. Let's see what this says. Welcome to GnuCash. Yeah, and like I was saying, this is 8, which I was going to get to. It's 4.8 on Ubuntu, so you may see a different version depending on what you're using this on. So now this is a cool part. Like, I remember creating reports like this, like income charts and cash flow reports and equity statements, expense charts, profit and loss sheet. I remember creating reports like this when I was working for a company as a financial systems analyst. So it's dope to see, what I'm saying, some of that stuff, even though I didn't fully understand it all. You know what I'm saying, I just kind of went with the flow and built out based on the recommendations of the accountants of the company. Account summaries, reconciliation reports, tax schedule report, transaction reports. It's so many reports in here. It's like super dope. Now tools, they do have some tools. You got the price database. You can add information in this little small database right here, and that way you can help out. It'll help you with your pricing. Here we go. Online banking setup. I don't even know how this would work or how this actually works. I think you can connect this to your accounts. I'm not gonna try to do that. You may want to try that if you need to, if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Security editor or auditor. Security editor, loan repayment calculator. So that's dope to see there. So if you got a loan repayment, this will break it all out for you, show how much based on the interest that you're gonna pay, so the future value, all that stuff. So that's dope that's actually in there. And like, I remember they had this tool in there for a while now, because I was playing around with some car information. I was looking at purchasing a car some time ago, and yeah, they got all those ones online. You can go right online, type in the amount of the car, the interest rates you may or may not get, and calculate how much you'll pay monthly, as well as the total price of the car. That's important to know, important information to know. But yeah, that's dope that's in there. You can close the book, import map editor, transaction, general journal. So that tracks everything right there. So this the windows, and basically it's talking about what you have open right there. As far as the files, because you can save this actual file to a specific file on your computer somewhere. Now here's some tutorials and concept guides, and they may not work, especially since the docs are not working, and maybe it's because I need to restart the computer. That may be why. Not 100% sure, but you got your tips of the day. If you want to open that up again, you can close that. But I wanted to go to about just to show you the version. So it is 4.8. I know it's 4.8 on Ubuntu, but it's different on whichever operating system you're installing it on. And then content, that won't work either for some reason. That's kind of weird that it's not working, you know what I'm saying? But that's essentially GnuCash. And like I said, you can save this stuff. You can save it as, and like I saved it somewhere already in my documents. I created a directory. You can create another name for it, save it there. Good to go. And down here at the bottom, I'm sure if you have more than one, yeah, it'll it'll show you more than one there, so the grand total and everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't too in-depth because, like I said, I'm not an accountant guy, and I know I keep saying that, but I want to at least let you guys know that I'm not an accountant guy, and I can't teach you how to use this software because I don't fully understand all the terms. And like I said, this thing is built for, you know, small businesses. At the end of the day, you can run all your accounting, you know, from this simple application or free and open source application that you can install on your Linux operating system, as well as Windows and Mac OS. So it's a super dope, you know, application once you get the hang of it and you understand it all. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And of course, keep it techie.